But we'll preview that. But first, Lodge, I want to give you the first word. You're the international football expert here, I would say, and you did that essay on the importance of Messi's World Cup. So I want to give you the first word on Messi deciding to play for Inter Miami this season.
Yeah, let's talk about the 5'7" elephant in the room. MLS, the producer tried that one. I don't know if it's going to come off, but so super excited. Messi is officially coming and joining Inter Miami FC, bottom of the table on the east side of the bracket in the MLS. But really,
almost everyone makes the playoffs, though.
Almost
so
everybody makes the playoffs, so anything can happen. Yes, but the way that kind of came to fruition was, I believe it was, I want to say right after PSG got out of the Champions League. Messi went on a trip to, I think it was Saudi Arabia, when the team was kind of off a little bit. So he had an opportunity to go meet some people, do a couple different things over there, and really the PSG kind of front office was very angry about that. They wanted him to be back with the team very early. It was kind of a misunderstanding is what he said. It kind of turned into a he said, she said, and PSG became no longer a viable place for him to play, which is crazy to think about that they made such a big stink about something so small. But with that in mind, there were really three options where he could have gone. Number one, back to Barca. I think everybody would have, it's kind of like LeBron James coming home, except when he's 35 and old and about to retire.
But still very good.
Still very good. Still very, very good. Let's not forget he did win a World Cup like last couple months ago. So it could have been Barca. They kind of rolled out the red carpet for him, gave him a financial package. A similar thought was had in Saudi Arabia. Now, if the viewers do not know, Ronaldo is right now in Saudi Arabia, and a couple of other big names such as Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante.
Yep, just in the past week, they're getting hot with the.
It's state-sponsored sports washing, I think, as we talked about a little bit before. Yeah. But they're going ahead and really the country is buying the players and then kind of just assigning them to teams.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but all of the headlines have been like Saudi has bought.
Yeah.
And so,
because I never know the teams.
I don't know any of the teams either. Yeah. So then they're going ahead, buying the players, kind of putting them on a team. So and Conte's playing with Benzema, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
But Messi's package was $1.6 billion over 3 years, which included things such as, I believe, house, kind of cars, everything that you would want there. Image rights, which is huge for athletes to be able to have rights to your own image. And then lastly, no taxes, which is unheard of. 1.6 billion just tax free. Like, congrats.
And we know Messi has a problem with taxes in the past too, so he would have loved that.
Tax evasion. Everybody does tax evasion over there.
Yeah.
Every athlete has been accused of tax evasion at some point over there. But the last package that he was given, and the one that he went with, and we're very excited to have him, was Inter Miami's. Now, Christian, or I should say the producer, was telling me about this package a little bit before, and I'm going to kind of give him the floor here to talk a little bit more about it. But
yeah, so I know they're still ironing out the details on salary, which I'm sure will be astronomical as well. But it's really a great deal for the MLS because it binds them into Messi's interest, just in the same way that David Beckham's been playing in the MLS and floating around the MLS for a long time. Yeah. That's what they've done with Messi. So they're going to nail him down with he's going to get a cut of the Apple TV revenue. I would imagine Apple's pretty damn happy about that decision.
Yeah.
One interesting thing about Apple, too, and Apple TV's coverage, admittedly, I've never really watched MLS before this year, but I'll like tune in here and there. It's actually like coverage is fantastic. Yeah, and like if you've ever seen like Friday Night Baseball with Apple TV, just like presentation and cameras are unreal.
Are they doing like the 8K thing then?
What's that?
Like the 8 where they have a couple
8K,
games a year?
Yeah,
where they have 8K.
I mean, that's what it feels like. Yeah. It's like unbelievable picture. And they even have like kind of a whip around show where they show all the games at once, and that like even if you're neutral, got nothing on.
Yeah,
it's pretty entertaining. But all to say, because it's Apple and not like ESPN or Fox or whatever it may be, they're actually like on everyone's phone already worldwide. Mm-hmm. So there's no like issue of like who gets the rights to MLS in the UK versus anything like that. Like it's Apple and they get everything. Yeah. So that is a huge deal for Apple as well.
Yeah.
And you know, in turn for Messi, who's going to get a cut of that revenue as people from all around the world tune in. And then beyond that, he's going to get a cut from Adidas of all the jerseys he sells. Which will be through the roof, and he's going to get what Beckham got, which is like an option essentially on any new expansion team or something of that nature.
Right, a first refusal or something like that to buy a team. Yeah.
So they threw the kitchen sink at them, and honestly, props to the MLS. That's a great deal, and it's just a good day to be an MLS neutral podcast who's never said anything bad about the MLS.
Never said anything poor about the MLS. Messi will look perfect in pink, I gotta say.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, even the photoshops are looking good off the rip. So hey, we're happy to have him. Little side note, I bought the rumors were circulating. I bought tickets at $50. Haven't sold them yet, but they're going for a lot more than $50.
I saw
for the
like
Fire at Miami at the Chicago Fire.
I saw like 800 for some of them.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That could put some
that
food
might
on the
just
table
be paid
for,
for my trip to Europe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that'll be super exciting, and I would say in general, this Messi thing adds to the spoils of being a casual soccer fan in this country right now. Like. Even having this podcast lodge, it's so exciting to think about. We just got through the dry spell. I would say we got through the dark forest with a lot of the U.S. players, but like you got a competent U.S. team, but more importantly, you get to watch these players play abroad, like on your streaming services or wherever. And there's a lot of them in these top 5 leagues. You do that like every weekend, and then you got like Copa America coming next summer at home. You're going to have Messi playing the MLS, and then you're going to have the World Cup in 2026. Like, we are so spoiled.
It's the perfect time to get into soccer.
Yeah, it's a perfect runway, and makes me more excited for the pod. Yeah. So, that's our Messi story. We're so pumped. And yeah, I think Miami's going to be a good fit for him. It'll be interesting to see if he learns English, but.
I don't know. I mean, in Miami, I don't know if you necessarily.
He doesn't really need to.
I don't know if you need it. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So.